everyone. Thanks for joining us on today's episode of Billion Dollar Lips. My name is Adrienne Murphy, and today we are going to hear from some of our amazing Senate sisters and see a tutorial on how to wow your brows. But first, Cassie Chitty, our Global Public Relations Manager, is going to join me to talk about the Senegence Awards and press highlights from this past year, along with showing us a few very important interviews she had with top beauty editors over the latest beauty trends. Cassie, thank you so much for being here today.
Girl, thank you so much. I'm really excited. This is my very first Billion Dollar Lips episode to be on, and I have so much to share with you. I'm really jazzed.
Well, I want to start off by asking, as a global PR manager, what has been the impact of the recent press that Senegence has received?
Man, we have been shouting from the rooftops about our brand, about our products, and we have gotten so many press hits from so many established brands. You're talking about Allure, Shape, Essence, Us Weekly, Hola Magazine, She Finds, FabFitFun, like so many, and it's all so positive. These editors are getting our products and they are loving them, and that's what we always say, right? Products that work.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
They can tell they work.
Wow, that is so amazing. We also won an award in 2020, correct?
Yes, we did. We actually won the Shape Beauty Award 2020 for their iconic category for lip scents, which perfect, iconic, lip scents.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So being that lip scents, it's been around for 20 years. Shape was looking for products in that iconic category that had been around for 10 plus years that are still making a huge impact in the industry. And to us, it was perfect. Lip scents fit into that category so easily, and we won, and it was a really, I think, exciting and proud moment for us as a company.
I went out and got that copy, and I still have it on my table. I remember when you came in, you're like, here it is. It was like so beautiful. Yeah. I'm totally still in awe of this, and it truly is huge for Senegence. Now, along with overseeing all the press that Senegence has been receiving, you also recently had the opportunity to sit down with some pretty influential individuals.
I did. I sat down with 4 iconic women in the beauty industry. These editors, they gave us so much information about what trends they're seeing, not only in cosmetics, but skincare and just where the beauty space is really going, especially after that global pandemic we just had. We don't have to talk about it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I was there.
Yeah,
we all were.
And I'm gonna show you some clips today about those. So first up, I'm actually gonna introduce you to Stephanie Saltzman. She's the beauty director of Fashionista, and Claire McCormick, who's the beauty editor at Beauty Independent. And both of them are kind of talking about cosmetic trends. So let's take a look at that.
Well, I want to jump in because we're all very excited to hear from you guys about trends. Specifically, first, I want to talk about cosmetic trends that you might be seeing. Stephanie, I know Fashionistas, that younger, hip, cool audience. Are there things that you're seeing right now for 2021 that you guys are forecasting?
So I think this is going to be a really good year for makeup. I mean, we're hoping it's a good year for a lot of things, right?
Everything.
We'll see. But I mean, obviously in 2020, we saw a lot of people just, myself included, really paring back their makeup routines and thinking, I'm not going anywhere. I just kind of want to focus on my skincare. But I think we've gotten to a point where people are maybe a little restless, a little bit bored, and really ready to feel inspired and hopeful and excited again. Yeah. So I think we are going to see, sort of like some excitement coming in with makeup and people getting really creative with bigger, bolder colors, textures, like a lot of, maybe glossy textures and glitters and things like that. I think obviously a lot of us are still working from home and taking meetings remotely. But there is this opportunity, we're looking at ourselves on camera a lot more than we probably ever were in the past. And so I think it's about sort of learning how, the light is going to play with certain makeup and learning how to do camera makeup. It's different. So I think we are going to see people really focusing on playing up their eyes. Obviously, when we do go in public, we are all still hopefully wearing masks. So I think that's a huge focus. We've seen a lot of really great eye products in the works. But then for the lips too, I think, find those long wearing lip colors, and I think there's going to be experimenting with textures there too. A lot of like shine. We've definitely seen a comeback in lip gloss, and sort of like those creamy, rich textures. So I think it's going to be hopefully an exciting and inspiring time for makeup.
Well, I have to say, speaking of lips, I think you've got Kiss My Sass on.
Yes, I do.
It looks beautiful on you. I love it.
It's like kind of a perfect little bit of a nude, but with a little bit of rosy color for me.
Yeah.
So I'm personally always looking for products that make me look a little bit more like awake and, like with it on camera. So I chose it for today, and I'm really loving it.
So. It's beautiful. So Claire, I'm going to hop this over to you, just from that different side of things and being able to talk to these beauty owners. What are you guys kind of forecasting?
So we look at beauty trends from what have we seen launching and who's telling us who's got those sales going on. And much to Stephanie's point, talking about eyes, there's just such an emphasis on brows. So there's companies that do anything with brow, like growth, lash growth, are the ones that are telling us, oh my God, my sales have been 3X, 4X month over month during the pandemic. So everyone's going to get those products that are going to give them like the mega lashes and mega brows. And we've all heard of like the soap brow trend where the hairs are really feathered out. And now we're seeing brands launching where it's eye color, but in the brow. So people are getting super, super playful those colors that Stephanie was talking about are actually going into the brow. So we're getting that purple sparkle, but like on the brow hairs with this feathered soapy brows, which is so super fun. And being more inclusive of just like, bushy brows have been beautiful. There are people embracing unibrows. Like this is my face. I have a unibrow. People stopped plucking during the pandemic, and they're like, you know what? I'm going to go with it, and that are launching brands around that. So it's been super fun to see, and I think that's definitely going to continue.
I mean, how good was that? What did you feel when she was like, 21 is the year of the makeup?
I was like, we're in the right space, doing the right things. Because the reality is, when there's something that's going on that's crazy in the world, women buy makeup.
Yeah,
right? It is their little treat. They'll buy a lipstick before they buy themselves a dress. Yeah. So that was huge.
I love that.
Yeah,
for sure. And the brows, Claire's talking about all the brows. I mean, it's so true, and we're gonna see that later.
Yeah, right? Brows are everything. They frame the face, and who knew? I think over the last few years, brows have kind of taken on just a thing of their own.
Statement.
It's a statement. They frame the face. It's all good.
I heard this week they're the curtain to the eyes.
Oh, I'm loving that.
Right?
And now with us, wear a mask, don't wear a mask. That's all you have.
You just focus on the eyes.
Smizing.
Cool. Yeah. So this next one, we're going to hear from beauty genius Faith Shui. She is going to tell us a little bit about skincare trends, right up our alley, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting that the shift is a little bit going away from skincare to makeup, but there is kind of this idea. I know Pinterest just coined this term called skinimalism, which is really hard to say unless you say it a few times. And it's just kind of this idea of this trend of kind of like dialing back your skincare routine and really just using products that, have the ultimate payoff. And, I think it's also products that there's something, I think one of the biggest trends that I've seen in skincare is this idea of products that aren't just products that are meant to be, slapped on your face and I'm done and it's time for bed, but really these products that are meant to be used as a ritual. There's these skincare companies coming out now where like every product has an intention written on it, and you're supposed to say that to yourself as you put the product on. So I think, using less and kind of dialing back your routine, but then using these products that are very intentional, and really taking that time to go through your routine and take a deep breath and put on your moisturizer and massage it in and feel just, the tension of the day melt away. I think that's definitely where skincare is going. I think in 2021, I feel like 2020 was like, oh, I'm at home, I just want to try everything that I've been meaning to try. And now it's sort of like, okay, I've kind of tried everything, and now I'm really realizing how much it can actually affect my mood and the products that I really love. And so I think that's sort of where I see skincare going in 2021.
Okay, so this is what I love, because skincare is my jam. And we do skincare really, really well. So she used a couple of words like intention, right? And simplicity. We saw a lot of that in 2020 and coming into 2021. People are definitely being more conscious about their skincare, what they're putting on their face. And one of the things, the products we've recently launched is the overnight lip mask, which I am loving. I've added that into my night routine, and it is totally a game changer. It smells so amazing. It feels so good, right? And
instant
it just
moisture.
It just works. It just works. So I love that.
And having that routine, she was talking about being intentional and creating that moment for yourself to wash off the day. And I loved that. Yeah. I just get to relax, this is my time, and being intentional about the products. I love it. And the sensory of the lip mask.
Well, and I think the routine of that is, it's how you start your day. Yeah. And it's how you end your day. So the intention piece, I think, and the routine, we talk about that a lot, even in our business, right? Intention, consistency. And in order for anything to work, you have to have those two components.
100%. So last up, and definitely not least, is Maya Allen. She's our beauty director of InStyle magazine, and she's going to talk with us a little bit about techniques with makeup.
In terms of technique, I think that everyone's just playing expert at home, right? So we're all really just leaning into our own techniques and tapping into our own expertise with this new sort of touch-free world that we're in. So I think it's kind of just to each its own. Everyone's just it's you do you beauty. So if you want to put on a lipstick because it's gonna liven up your face for Zoom, then go ahead and do it. If you want to put color into your brow because you want to take this really cool selfie for Instagram that's gonna make you feel better, then do it. I think we're kind of in this world of beauty when it comes to application and trend. It's we're all sort of craving this sense of normalcy and this sense of escapism that makes us feel good and feel like ourselves. So I really just think there are no rules anymore.
No rules makeup. I love that.
Yeah.
That touches everything about 2020.
Yeah, right? And I know people are so tired, maybe tired of hearing about it, but I think what 2020 did, especially with the makeup industry, we saw it with our distributors, is that the no rules, they started to draw outside the lines and try things they would never do. Risk takers, that really was, I think, we came out of that learning that, okay, we got to do something different. We got to take some chances. We got to get uncomfortable.
And
that's what
I
loved
many
about
risks because I was like, well, I might as well try this. I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
But then I learned too. Yeah. It was a huge learning point.
Absolutely. I think she nailed that. And we have to continue to do that, right? So really, and there's so many things. Our products are so versatile. So all the things that these ladies talked about, I mean, we can do that.
We
are doing that, right?
Yeah, we are.
Well, thank you so much, Cassie. And you're no longer a first timer. So it's been great hearing from some of these industry influencers about all the behind the curtain insights, right? We got to hear all the goods. So up next, Taylor Saucedo, I call her Saucy, shows us how to get a perfect brow with shadow set.
Hey everyone, my name is Taylor Saucedo and I'm here to talk to you about eyebrows, okay? I'm here to give you 4 quick tips on how to wow your brows. Some of you may feel intimidated, some of you may be like, I don't even know where to start with my eyebrows. First off, don't feel pressure. Don't overthink it, okay? Brows can smell your fear. So we're gonna jump into it. My first tip for you is you have to know where your brows go. Like, where do they start? Where does it arch? Where does it end? Map those bad boys, okay? My favorite tip is to get an eyebrow brush. You can find these in almost any store. It has a little angle brush on one end and then a little spoolie on the other. Best tool ever, okay? And the best way to map them, you can Google this. There are charts. There is a plethora of information on how to map your brows, but I'm gonna show you a really, really easy step. So take that, okay? We're gonna start with this right where the beginning. We're gonna start with the beginning, right in the beginning. Right where your brow should start is right here on the corner of your nose, okay? And you're gonna go straight up. Now, pro tip, put a little bit of your brow color. I use Rustic Brown Shadow Sense because it's smudge proof and it's the perfect shade for me. So you can dab a little bit on there and then go here and then push right there and you'll leave a little dot of color, okay? And then you just connect the dots. And so that's where your brow should start, right there on the edge of your nose, straight up, okay? And then to find your angle, your arch, to find your arch, you're gonna go right in the middle of your eye. So you're gonna put your brush here on the edge, okay? And then right through your eye, and there is where your arch should be. Then you would turn your brush, make a dot, okay? And then to find out where your eyebrow ends, you're going to line the brush out on the edge of your nose to the edge of your eyeball, and boom, that's where your brow should end, okay? So now you have 3 quick dots and we're gonna connect those bad boys. So number 1 tip, make sure you map your brows, okay? Number 2, brush up. Always brush up. I see people who brush their eyebrow hairs down. This does not do you any service, okay? Always brush those bad boys up. So you're gonna use that little spoolie and look at what this does. It instantly gives me fullness, okay? And it makes it so much easier for me to fill in rather than hair getting all in the way, and it just lifts the brow, gives you a full brow. And let me tell you, bushy brows are in right now, okay? So brush up, fuller and easier to follow. Number 3, start at the tail and work toward the front. So if I were going to fill them in, I would get a little bit here on my brush, and you never want to start in the front because it could result in Sharpie eyebrows. You don't want that. So I always say start at the tail, okay? Your tail can be a little bit heavier than the front, okay? So start there, and then work your way towards the front. I always suggest doing a line on the bottom, and then a line on the top. Again, you're just connecting those 3 dots that you made. And you're gonna use light strokes. Have you noticed I haven't dipped back into color at all? I am just moving that color around where I want it. You really don't need a whole lot. And just go with light stroke marks to fill that in. Okay, brush the color through, a little bit more color. Again, the tail can be heavier. And then we're gonna go to the front. Okay, now this is where you need to tread lightly. Rather than going like this, I'm gonna turn my brush. See how I'm turning it from here to here. And I'm gonna go straight up. You're gonna follow the way your hair naturally grows. Okay, that's the way the good Lord made you. We're gonna trust that He knows what He's doing with your face. So, brush it up, and there you go, my friends. That is how you fill in an eyebrow. Took me about 2 seconds, and it makes all the difference. And my 4th and final tip is once you fill it in, once you got it all mapped out, carve it out with a lighter shade. I love using Candlelight or Sandstone Pearl. You just need a little bit on a brush, okay? And a lot of people carve out on the bottom, and all you're gonna do is you're just gonna follow underneath that line. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna highlight the brow, all that work you just put into it. It's also going to lift the brow, not make it seem so heavy, and it's just gonna carve it out and make it look awesome. Okay, so a lot of people go underneath the brow, but I challenge you to also go on top of the brow. Okay, so if you feel like you over blended, this is your magic eraser. So you're gonna go on top of the brow. Do you see how that carves it out really nice? It kind of highlights it, makes it look really sharp and clean. And girl, you've got yourself a really good eyebrow. Thank you guys.
We've been talking a lot about trends today. A trend that I hope is forever rooted in this company and the hearts of those who work for it is our mantra, live life in love and abundance. What would it look like for this phrase to be emulated in our day-to-day life? How do we turn this phrase into something that is trending, into something that is rooted so deeply within us that it's how we instinctively live? We live from a place of abundance. We're able to offer love, compassion, and presence. We aren't drained by the idea of helping others. We're empowered and energized to keep giving back. Let's hear from our Cinesisters on how they took this phrase and turned it into a trendy mantra in their life.
Hi everyone, my name is Kristen Miller and I am one of the newest Crown Princesses. I am from Boston, Massachusetts, and I live here with my husband Adam and our beautiful 7-month-old daughter Ellie. I joined Senegens in March of 2017, so almost 4 years to the day. And boy, am I glad that I did. It has been quite an amazing journey to come to this place of fruition and to have hit Crown Princess. But the journey has been just that, it's been a journey. So in 2018, I attended a seminar, and that was the first time that I had ever seen crowns and I had ever seen women hitting this huge goal. And I don't know that I necessarily knew what it was or how you got there, but once I saw this, I knew I had to have it. I feel like the leadership side of this and the team building and the mentoring piece of it is something that I never knew would become my passion, but it is my favorite part of this business. And I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to lead my team, to empower these women to believe in themselves, to see their own potential, to think outside the box, and to leave their comfort zone. And I think this business is one of the few ways that women today can do that comfortably and happily, and really truly find who they are. Joni, thank you for having this dream and for seeing it well beyond what it actually was at first, because without you, your leadership, your mentoring, your support, your love, your encouragement, we would be nothing. And Senegens, of course, for the constant resources and encouragement, the recognition, all of the things that as a company you do so well, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of it and to represent it, hopefully just as strongly and as well as possible. And of course, I want to thank my customers. I don't know that they'll ever see this, but if they do, without them, I would have no business. Without my business, I would not have my team. And without my team, we would not have hit Crown Princess. So my customers, it starts with you. Thank you all so much. And I appreciate even just having a few minutes here to say that.
It's such a privilege to be a part of a successful company that has been contributing to industry trends and also paving the way for future trends. Let's hear from some of our Cinesisters about how they use those trends to help grow their business.
Hi, my name is Jen Reeves and I'm a Ruby Crown Princess with Senegens. I live in Clifton Park, New York with my husband and 2 daughters. And I've been with Senegens for 2.5 years, well, 2 years, 4 months. Now, why did I join? I joined for a little extra money, and I also knew that I loved this lipstick. I just loved the way I felt so confident when I wore it. I felt beautiful, and I thought that business looks like a heck of a lot of fun, and I really needed some fun in my life. And I'd be lying if I didn't say that I knew that there was a possibility that someday that I could make this my income enough that I could stay home with my girls, and I knew other people did that and I wanted it to be me. I saw that these women were so confident, and I knew that these women that were Crown Princesses were accomplishing huge things, and I wanted to be there. I knew that these women were getting on stage and they were teaching other women how to become the best version of themselves and how to rock this business. And I was like, I want that. I want to be there. So 2 years ago, here I am. There was a lot of little goals along the way that got me here, but here I am, Ruby Crown Princess. Last year has been incredible. My team has come together to help each other and work together through all kinds of things in this business and personally too. Me getting to be Crown Princess wasn't just about me getting Crown Princess. It was about my cousin Krista getting to be Duchess. It was about my best friend Chrissy getting to be a Countess. It was about my girl Kim crushing her sponsorship goals and her sales goals that I know she never thought that she could do. So it was about a lot of little goals, not just my goals, but the girls on my team. So thank you. And I hope you have some big goals too. Write them down, go for them. No goal is too big, no goal is too small. Write it down and go for it. Because I know 2 years ago, I wrote down Crown Princess as my goal, but I didn't know if it could ever happen. It could happen for you too.
And just like that, another episode of Billion Dollar Lips has ended too quickly.
It was so much fun though, and I hope that you all got some inspiration and took some feedback and are gonna go explore that no rules makeup and give something a try.
Absolutely. And yes, if you do try one of the highlighted trends or that amazing brow tutorial, make sure to post a picture of your final look on social media and tag Synergens.
Yes. Oh, and use the hashtag #MyCineLook.
And if you do, you will get the opportunity to be featured on our page.
Yes, we're always looking for good inspo for sure. So today's giveaway is gonna help you get started with some of that. So we're gonna be giving away Shadow Sense.
One of my favorite products. I know you love it too, Cassie.
100%
So
mine.
versatile.
Yes.
If you want a chance to win, take a pic of your brows and drop it in the comments below.
I cannot wait to see all of these brow looks. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. And remember, choose to live life in love and abundance and then work for it.